Day 7 of training camp, getting oh so closer to Miami Dolphins football. What is up, Fin fans? Day 7. Got some on the field video footage, Mike McDaniel presser, all that good stuff. And we have not Miami. I wish it was Miami, but we have football tonight. We have the New York Jets taking on the Cleveland Browns. Preseason, you're not going to see Deshaun Watson. You're not going to see Aaron Rodgers. You're not going to see all the high-priced, high-quality stars. But we get football. So you get your football tickle, fancy tickle. Until next Friday when the Dolphins take on the Atlanta Falcons at 7 p.m. So there's that. I got a shout-out. Few things, and then we're going to jump right into this, I promise. First and foremost, I have to shout out today's sponsor, and that is Clean the World. Sean Seipler, great, fantastic company organization. He started by noticing that hotels, essentially, you know you don't use all your soap. So what he did was he went to all these hotels and was like, hey, we'll take the little slivers of soap off your hands. Then he took them, he cleaned them, he repurposed them into bars of soap. And then he puts these packages together. You get a toothbrush, you get shampoo, you get socks, you get toothpaste. And he gives these to people in need, third world countries, natural disasters, all these great people. It's a great organization. He is going to start putting kits together like this, where, I don't know if you can see, you can write notes and letters to people that will get these in times of need. So go check them out, cleantheworld.org. Great organization, and I am oh so very proud to be sponsored by them today. So also, let's jump into new members. On the membership side, we got Luca Rossi and Gregory Rogers. Thank you guys so much for becoming members. Again, to the members, you have special perks, especially the biggest perks come with live streams when you get your special own icons. And when I say first downs, you could pop up a first down icon. I got so much planned for you guys for the live streams, and you also have special content. Go check it out in the membership tab. Excuse me on that hiccup. And then on the Patreon side, we got William Price. Thank you so much for joining the Patreon. Again, Patreons have their own special stuff. You got special content, behind-the-scenes stuff, a little insider info, and all that stuff. Go check it out on the Patreon. I think I put a new video up like 3 or 4 days, little insider information. Go check that out. And if you'd like to be a Patreon, it's linked in the description. And if you'd like to be a member, it's the join button next to the subscribe button. Now, with all that out of the way, all the thank yous and stuff, let's jump into today. And we're going to start with Mike McDaniel's presser. He says they are working and owning techniques, and that's the best way to understand our offense when it comes to the offensive line. Offensive line, incredibly important. That's why for about a month I was crying and begging for them to be a little bit more understanding and get some offensive linemen. More when he talks about the offensive line, he says it is a progression that's long because we're trying to do stuff at a high level that you have to really empty all the old thinking and kind of revert to the heat of the battle. So essentially, he's trying to get them to reconstitute their mind when it comes to that stuff. When talking about Austin Jackson, he says he continues to get better. He's a better player than he was last week. McDaniel noted competition across the board on the O-line. But I noticed, and so did Omar Kelly notice, that one of the positions on this offensive line, mostly left guard, was a full rotation with 3 different players. He couldn't tell who because he signed a contract. 3 different players were full rotation on that left guard position. Mike McDaniel likes the change of atmosphere for Saturday scrimmage, ramping things up, an opportunity, and a wonderful opportunity to see where guys are at. I'm excited for that. Hopefully we get some footage as well, but I will give you play-by-play on that. Mike McDaniel says Tua Tagovailoa has more pitches in his arsenal with different ways to get the balls to his targets in various parts of the field. When it comes to the quarterback 2 competition, he says you have to let it play out longer. Things can click. We don't want to predetermine this. So I guess they pretty much asked him, like, what is it? Is it Skyler? Is it Mike White? Where are you at right now? And he's probably like, I got to let this play out a little longer. On the orange jersey selection, he says it's solely about someone that epitomizes what we're trying to do that day. It's not necessarily about statistics, but it's about doing your job and helping the team that day. So like a lot of people are wondering why David Long Jr. hasn't gotten it yet, or Cam Smith. These guys have been really hot during camp, and there's a little bit of it. It's not just about being hot on the field. It's also about other little semantics when it comes to that. He says, on the delicate nature of locker room chemistry, we think a lot about the residual effects of the team. I think it's important to remember the human factor in that scope. And that's what I got for you from Mike McDaniel. Now we're going to jump to some on the field stuff. And can you guess who is orange jersey today? That's your boy, Jalen Waddle, rocking the orange jersey. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point, like I said, like Cam Smith gets it, or my brain shutting off. Cam Smith, David Long Jr. Who else is having an amazing camp so far? Tua's doing well, but he's still kind of hiccuping here and there, which I'll talk about in today's on the field stuff. But David Long Jr., I think he definitely deserves it. So we're talking on the field stuff now. From what I know, the refs are there. And before the refs weren't there, it was Vic Fangio calling penalties. Also, new Dolphins, Miles Dorn, who is the safety, I think. Yes. And Mike Rose, who I told you was trying out, is the linebacker. Dorn is wearing 35. Rose is wearing 59. Also, that man is always on the field helping. That is Jalen Ramsey. He's been tweeting about his rehab. He's been on the field. He's been talking to GMs. He's been talking to everybody. And it's awesome to see. It's a real big difference between Byron and Trill. Not Trill, Byron and Kyler. Will Fuller. I need like 7 different people. They kind of just disappeared. Whereas you could tell Jalen is very upset he's not on there helping them. Trill Williams and Brandon Jones are still in red non-contact jersey, but Omar says he's curious to see if they get cleared for joint practice against Atlanta. Both took 11-on-11 reps during practice 6. Mike McDaniel hinted that the D-line is going to want some payback today for Tuesday's offensive dominance practice. I'm going to give you a little spoiler. The D-line got their payback today. They got their payback today. Dolphins linebacker Duke Riley and Malik Reed are working on the side during individual drills, which means they're probably going to be held out. There's a few injuries and bang-ups today that kind of are bothering me. Eli Apple appears to have his participation ramp up at the very early part of practice today, so maybe we're seeing him contesting Noah Igbenogany a bit more for starting boundary job. Robbie Chosen starts the day with the best catch of camp, a sweet sideline grab from Tua and a half-field route combination. And then you get all high and mighty. You're like, oh, Tua's starting hot. And then kadoosh. Xavier Howard picks off Tua Tagovailoa on a deep pass to Robbie Chosen. It was a double coverage. It was 100% double coverage. It was X underneath, and then I think it was Javon over the top. And Tua said, screw it, and he threw it. Some people are getting bothered by the fact that he threw the pass, and some people are getting bothered by the fact that it was an interception. It's training camp. What did I say in my training camp preview? It's training camp. That's what it is there for you to be like, let me see if I can fit this in. Let me see. Because if it's a game situation, he's not throwing it. So everybody breathe. This is the first practice with officials. Miami doing some interesting half-field drills with wide receivers and DBs. And now that there's officially officials there, they're officially officials, there's some penalties being thrown in. So that also is bothering me. One-on-ones turned into 2- and 3-man route combos to one side of the field. Dolphins DBs got after it. X with the pick on Tua. Brees Thompson and Deshaun Elliott had nice pass breakups. James Blackman, who was the 4th quarterback, had a nice long touchdown to David Davis. And the offensive and defensive line standouts was Abuhi, Feeney, and Robert Jones. Tyndall, who had an impressive showing on Backs versus backer blocking won 3 out of the 4 reps. I'm hearing very good things about Channing Tindall. Like I said in last night or either earlier today's video, Bowman was there and he's been working with Tindall, which is really cool to see. Some good defensive reps in the half the field. Deshaun Elliott broke up a pass to Eric Izukoma on the sideline, and X broke up a short pass to Braylon Sanders. Earlier, David Davis caught a 40-yard touchdown. Offensive line does well versus defensive line. Liam ties with Wilkins. Good beats Austin Jackson. Wilkins defeats Liam Eichenberg. Chubb defeats Lamb. Austin Jackson defeats Emmanuel Ogba. Van Ginkel defeats Lamb. Wynn defeats Josiah Bronson. The offensive line continues to do well at the beginning of camp. We heard about Teron Armstead's leadership on the field, coaching in player media today after the session of one-on-ones. Teron and Liam worked on pass sets for a few minutes before we moved into the next drill. As that drill played out, Liam stayed with Teron for bonus coaching. That's some of the things that you can't overlook when it comes to Christian Wilkins and Teron Armstead and just how they're working. In offensive line versus defensive line, Christian Wilkins was beaten up on Liam Eichenberg, and that's probably why he stayed with Teron Armstead. Devon Achane won 3 out of the 4 reps in backs versus backs on backers blocking. His only loss was to Jerome Baker. So that tiny little running back we got was doing real well when it came to blocking. Christian Wilkins with the sack on 2 in the first snap of 11 on 11s. He beat Robert Hunt. Raheem Mostert with a 15-yard run to the right side. The hole was wide open for him. High snap to Tua and David Long in the backfield for a tackle for loss after Tua takes off scrambling. That high snap, I was like, no, not again. I just got over that. Jalen Waddle with a 15-yard end around that featured him running around Eli Apple. Andrew Van Ginkel sets the edge. Raekwon Davis stacks up on the inside, forcing Gaskin to bounce to the outside. Sealer put the stack, peek, and shred drill into practice in team drills, and he beats up on the offensive line to get into the backfield to take on Wilson. Jalen Phillips with what would have been a sack, but the play allowing Tua to find Braxton Berrios on a 20-plus yard pass. Robert Jones and Williams are in team drills for the second consecutive practice, so that's good. Slowly being brought along. It'll be nice once we start hearing Nick Needham getting brought along. Devon Achane speed puts pressure on the D-line to get off their blocks quickly. They cannot hear it, and he's into Justin Bethel on the second level for the first touch. I can't wait to watch him play live. Next run gets around the edge with a well-blocked outside run. Eric Izukoma had a really nice seal block. Again, you heard him going up against linebackers, and now you're hearing him with a nice seal block. That means he's probably working as a tight end. The linebacker spot seems to be rotating based on the first 11 on 11 period. That's from Omar Kelly. Like I said, from what I'm hearing from him, it's a rotation with 3 guys when it comes to that left guard spot. Dolphins moving to situational work. Tua finds Waddle on an out route to convert a 3rd and 3. Real quick, situational work means 3rd and 3, 2 and 10. They'll yell out certain situations. Okay, it's 4th and 3. What are you going to do here? Or it's, 1st and 15. You get certain situations and what you need to do. So they work on all that stuff. But Tua finds Waddle on an out route to convert a 3rd and 3. Holland was in coverage. Then a false start. Again, there are refs there, followed by defensive pass interference on Kader Kohu covering Hill over the middle. Then another false start. On 3rd and 5, Tua finds Hill wide open down the sideline for a gain of about 20. Good clean pocket for Thompson to survey several options. Finds Craycraft to move the chains on 3rd and 3. On 3rd and 4, Skyler finds Craycraft on an in breaking to convert the chains. Apple was in coverage. 3rd and 8, a good rip on time to Cedric Wilson for a first down. O-line is having a nice bounce back period after the defense got the first one. Another false start on the offense after I read that. 3rd and 5, Skyler completes a pass to Myles Gaskin, but Justin Bethel was in for a sack before the pass goes out. Pocket collapses a bit, but Tua finds Waddle streaking across the sideline on a shallow crosser to convert a 3rd and 4. More take on that. Again, I follow a lot of people, so I can give you different perspectives. This one says from Chris Perkins, Tua shows excellent footwork on short throws to Waddle. He stepped up in the pocket, moved slightly to the left before delivering an on-target pass. Evidence of progress from last season. And if you know about Chris Perkins, he's a huge critic of Tua Tagovailoa. On 3rd and 8, Tua threads a pass to Hill in between 3 defenders for a first down. Each one of them pulls up to avoid what would have been a big collision. Eric Sorbert drops a pass on the throw from Tua. Tight ends, aside from Smythe, haven't made their presence known. I'm not going to say anything, because we got other guys like Eric Zucoma kind of doing their thing, so we'll see how that all pans out. On 3rd and 2, Mike White finds Cedric Wilson wide open in the flat for a first. Good start for the offense in situational opportunities. Dolphins wide receiver Eric Zucoma left practice early with a trainer unsure what's wrong there. So he's the first one I've heard got a little dinged up. It's probably nothing. We'll find out more about that tomorrow. Cedric Wilson with a 30-yard dump-off gain from Mike White. Mitchell Agood sacks Mike White on a bad snap from Tino Ellis, forced a fumble on A-Chain. If play had continued, sloppy there. Zach Sealer defeats Liam Eichenberg in 11-on-11 red zone. It's a sack. Cam Smith, touchdown-saving diving pass breakup in red zone. Another big play from the rookie. I have a ton of videos on those. Mike White hooked up for a red zone touchdown to Braxton Berrios. Then White with nope, that's the same thing. Vic dials up the blitz. Tua fades away from it, holding it until the last moment, and then rips a dot to Jalen Waddle, who has green grass on a huge gain. I think I have video of that. Jeff Wilson with a third 3-yard run on the left side. Then Tua gets it out to Ingold thanks to a nice pickup from Tyler Kroft. Ingold catches and turns like a wide receiver. He's smooth. Play goes for about 18. Van Ginkel on a sack to Skyler. Emmanuel Ogba stops Ahmed in the backfield. Dan Feeney suffered an injury and is sitting out these 11-on-11 reps. So that's number 2 of guys getting banged up. Another false start, offense starting to attract attention. With these false starts, that's 4 false starts on the day. Lester Cotton gets out in space, hits a big block for a quick hitter to A-Chain, who goes for 10 yards on the catch and run. And then they're back in mid-red zone as Tua hands to Mostert, who greeted by Christian Wilkins and Sealer after a gain of 2. Low red zone. Tua has a dot off a back shoulder ball to Tyreek working against X for a touchdown. I think I have video of that. Durham Smythe is all alone for the easiest touchdown pass Skylar Thompson has ever had, going against the flow of the defense, and nobody ran with him. Ahmed takes it in for 4 yards, out picking his way into in behind blocking Isaiah Wynn, who got a good surge downfield. Nice, smooth, patient run from Savon Ahmed. Elijah Campbell comes up with his 3rd pass breakup on 3rd and goal at the 4, covering Julian Hill on a Skylar Thompson throw. Tua sacked an 11-on-11 from the 7-yard line. Chubb and Roquan Davis were on those sacks. Tua wants Swan towards the back of the pylon, but Cater Kohu puts a stop to it with another stellar coverage rep. I'm happy hearing these things, right? Like Cam Smith and Cater and all these guys getting pass breakups. That makes me happy. Opportunities today to iron out some chemistry. Timing looks. Tyreek hooks up and is open in the end zone, but Tua throws it in the wrong spot. Whose fault is that? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know whose fault that is, but they gotta start connecting on those, especially if that type of play was for a game winner. Running back Chris Brooks with a 7-yard touchdown. He's the one who ended yesterday's practice with a 95-yard touchdown. Keydron Smith is on Tyreek as Mike White tries him over the middle, but the rookie does a good job in the 5-yard window of disrupting the timing and forcing the incompletion. Devon A-Chain dropped the pass in the end zone. Tua to Tyreek, short gain in what appears to be the final minute drill. They're at midfield with 30 seconds left, and then practice is over with Eli Apple pass breakup on River Craycraft on a pass from Skylar Thompson. Apple's being brought in slowly, but he is getting it. He is most definitely getting it. Real quick, before we jump into that, I do have to shout out people who supplied the footage. That is your boy Mike, Tommy from Hialeah, and Nando Talk have supplied all the footage. This is the interception. Yeah. So you could see. He's probably not throwing that stride for stride. X is with him. And then you have, I think that's, no, that's Trill. I think that's Trill Williams because he's wearing the red non-contact jersey. But I think if he might have let it a little bit more out, like if he threw it a little further, that probably would have been good. Nah, it's a good pass. We'll look at it from the other angle. Let me get you the other angle. We'll look at it from the other angle. Let me get you the other angle. One more time. We'll look at it from the other angle. Because it's just a good pass. It would have landed in his hands, but Xavier Howard just made a good play on it. So you can't be mad about it. This is the other angle of it. See? It was a good play. We both jumped for it. Nice to see X coming up with the interception. I'm not mad about it. Again, it's training camp. That's the whole point of training camp. Try to fit in passes that you probably really shouldn't have. So I'm not mad about it. Here's another one for you guys. Crossing route. Boom. That's two of the chosen. Nice little out. Good play there. What else do I got for you? This is Raheem Mostert breaking out. So many single-digit players on the field. It's a nice run, but if you look at it here, I think it's Cater. Right? Here he comes. Here's Mostert. He would have got tackled right there. See how he pulled up? Love seeing it. Love seeing the lanes. Probably could break it, but yeah. And this one is Tua finding Braxton Berrios. There's Jalen. Shotgun. Little motion for you. Play action. Oh, that's right over Javon's hands. Look at that. Right over Javon Holland's hands. Nice play. Couldn't really see Tua on that one, but that's a nice play. This one is Zach Sealer stuffing the run. See, and then he rips off of him. It's a good play. You hold on to the last moment, and then when you see the running back come, you get off. That's a nice play. That's what you do. You hold it, and then once you see the running back coming in the lane, you kind of just get off of them and go make that tackle. Tua to Waddle on this one. Little motion there. Mostert going out. Shotgun set all by himself. Dropping back. Oh, nice little out route. It's a good play. Good play. Supposedly this is the one where he avoids the pressure, like I was telling you guys. Steps up and hits Jalen Waddle. I wonder if this is the same play, just a different angle. Nope, different play. Steps up. Nice. Very nice. Because he got pressure coming off the edge. Pump fakes it. Probably pump fakes to him to try to pull this defender down. Gives him the space. He steps up. It's a nice play. Very nice play from Tua. What else? What else? This is Tua to the cheetah. Oh. Nice. You can't leave him that open. Oh, he fell. I think that's Noah. Noah fell. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. This is Tua threading the needle to Tyreek. They're doing half the field work. Nice. 3 defenders. Drop that right in there. Right in there. Nice play. Probably would have got lit up. But again, it's training camp, so you could work on those things. This is the Ingold play that I was telling you guys about. Nice chunk yardage right there. Not bad, not bad. And this is the Miami Dolphins video on it. Him hitting Braxton. I want to see more of Tua. Like, would he have been sacked? Can't really tell. But, like, look how close Javon's hand is to smacking this ball down. Like, ugh. Oh, he hit it. He got his finger on that. He hit that ball. But Braxton still caught that. That's close. Good play. Give you some Skylar Thompson plays now. Get you a little bit of everything. Nice. They kind of bailed on that play. Unless they're playing a zone, and the safety should have been over there. It was a good play by Skylar, finding his man. Oh, this is the beautiful back shoulder pass to Tyreek. I don't know if you'll be able to see it much because they were doing red zone work. Let's see. Right here. So he wants to throw it to this shoulder, his back shoulder. Nice. Because if you look, if you can kind of see, he's got his defender, right, to this shoulder. So you want to throw it to this shoulder. It was a nice throw. Again, you know, he's facing this way. You had his defender here. You want to throw it to the back shoulder. So he can catch it away from the defender. Good play. Very good play. Oh, here we go. This is the one I want to show you. Cam Smith, the pass breakup that I was talking to you guys about. Just all over the field. Diving, making these pass breakups. That's what I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new, thank you for hitting that subscribe button. If you haven't yet and you like this content, hit the subscribe button. When the season starts, you're going to get a lot more. You're going to get film breakdowns, picks. You're going to get all that stuff. I'm going to talk about fantasy. A lot of you guys want to know if I'm doing fantasy again. I'm going to talk about that in a video maybe Sunday or Monday, being that they don't have practice Sunday or Monday. I'm also going to talk about what game I'm going to. I'm going to give you guys an update on all that stuff. So you could expect that video either Sunday or Monday. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, day 8. And then we have the scrimmage on Saturday. But like usual, stay classy and fins up.